So there's a comment I've seen surface several times, and I think this is an important discussion to have because a lot of people don't necessarily understand how these market cycles play out, especially right now in the middles during the early part of the bull market cycle before alt season. People will look back at March and say, oh, ADA price should be higher. BTC's at some levels it was back at that point. Why isn't ADA price back up around 80 cents or so? And I want to dive into this with you guys. I'm Luckside. Welcome to the channel. If you guys are new or haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Hit that bell. Again, it's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So this was actually a comment by KC Defends. I've actually seen him bring this up several times. Appreciate all the comments and consistency that you have. And what he said was, makes me want to toss my cookies seeing BTC at 68K and none of the other coins reflecting past previous prices when BTC was at this level. Look at early March and mid-May prices of ADA and SHIB. And this is actually a very good question or comment because this is something you can see throughout the space. When BTC was last at 68, 66K, most alts in the space were a lot higher. And this is something that isn't new. This is something that actually happens every single market cycle. For example, when we look at this ADA BTC chart, you guys can see that unfortunately we did actually breach down below our support, the support that we tested like 20 times. And right now we're kind of floating in no man's land. Definitely disappointing. Would love to see a bottom versus BTC here. Would love to see a nice balance. And unfortunately, it just hasn't happened quite yet. But this is also the same thing that we saw in the last market cycle. For example, ADA looked like it was setting a very nice floor down here, was bouncing around early part of 2020. And frankly, we may have dropped even lower at that point. Why I say that is we had something strange occur. We had the biggest black swan event we've seen in the crypto market. We saw the COVID crash. We saw huge things take place in crypto that frankly we never seen before. We saw, and during that time, sorry, I almost lost my train of thought. During that time, we saw most assets in the space crash so badly that there was really only one way they could go, and that was up. And so following that, we saw ADA go on just this massive surge back up, right? We saw ADA dip all the way down to like 1.8 cents or so, and then it ran all the way up to 15 cents. Okay, that's not a normal thing. But because of that, ADA dominance actually climbed versus BTC. Then once we got to about August, we saw a correction until later in the year. And really the true bottom for ADA BTC dominance was back here in December of 2020. That is when ADA really started taking a leg versus BTC. Fast forward to now. We're not in December of 2024. All right. We're in October. We're at a time where looking at the last market cycle here, we're not at that point where everything's bled out completely. Another big indicator of this, guys, BTC dominance. All right. I know I've talked about BTC dominance a bunch lately, but when we look at when BTC dominance usually begins to fall, look back here. Its peak was basically right at the end of December, beginning of January of 2021. All right. Rewind to the prior cycle. All the way back here, looks like March, February of 2017. Really all the way back, more like right here, December of 2016. And then it slowly started bleeding out and we had the big drop off. This is what we're waiting for. All right. We're waiting for the big drop in terms of dominance. So during these times, although we had a good early market surge, ADA versus BTC hasn't taken off yet. And that's okay. All right. I want to remind people some of these gains that are the most significant come in the shortest periods of time. Again, I talked about that yesterday. It was ADA did like an 800% move in just over 100 days. Those types of moves are more possible in alt season when things are exciting, when outside retail capital is entering the space. We're not at that time yet. That's why BTC dominance is still on the rise. And I think, frankly, BTC dominance has escaped this trend slightly because institutional money is doing what they're doing. They're accumulating at such a high rate. I even want to point out the fact, guys, ADA does not stand alone in this. Okay. This is Ethereum. Ethereum is usually phase 2. Ethereum gaining versus BTC is a significant indicator of what follows. And that is, again, alt season. And even Ethereum is having trouble finding its bottom versus BTC. Here we are. We're basically at the same levels we were in the latter part of September, but it has not set its bottom. And that normally happens way before here. For example, August of 19. Last cycle was when Ethereum bottom was. When you look back here, basically November of 15. So we're a little bit delayed on some of these things taking place. And maybe it has to do with institutional money. Maybe it has to do with the cycle just changing a little bit. But nonetheless, whenever it may be, this dominance change does happen. Do I think that BTC dominance is going to continue to surge and get back up to the levels it was last market cycle? No, I don't. I believe that BTC is probably going to cap somewhere around like 60% or so. And when people start seeing BTC making some of these moves, which it's about to do, it's getting very close to pushing towards a new all-time high. When that happens, excitement ensues, right? This basically push past 69K was the trigger, or the push at least towards 61 or 69K was at least the trigger for outside capital entering the space. That's what we're waiting for in terms of ADA. That is when ADA will start making some significant moves. So should ADA price be higher? Probably a little higher than it is right now. All right. But should it be taking huge legs against BTC yet? No. But we're very close, guys. We are very close to this moment where everything in the market is going to open up, where we are going to be talking about more exciting times. Right now it's kind of blah, it's boring, it sucks. It is what it is. This is the price that we pay, guys, right? 4-year cycles, they are long. There are a lot of times during these cycles where frankly everything is crap, but things are in fact getting better. Remember, the price is the last thing to move. So just got to be patient. Let this play out. Hopefully this provides a lot of clarity for people. We will get back to a point where the ratio of ADA to BTC or other assets to BTC is higher than it was back in March, and it's going to blow right past it. So appreciate you guys. Have a great day. Show your love below. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.